Topic number 4. Mercedes Varnado, aka Sasha Banks, has secured some interesting trademarks that were filed this past week that may hint at her future plans. Michael Dawkins filled the trademarks on behalf of Banks' company Solnado Inc., which was formed in August. Dawkins handles many trademark issues for various pro wrestlers. The terms filed on November 10th include the following: Mercedes Money, Money Talks, Bank Money, Statement Maker. The filings are clearly not WWE related. The trademarks are listed for categories such as jewelry, decals, clothing, action figures, and entertainment services. First off, let me start off by saying I don't know what Sasha Banks' next move is and where she ends up in the future. But can we take a second to talk about how bad these trademarks actually are? Because it took me a long time to even realize what they were, because it's Mercedes MONE apostrophe, which I'm assuming is Mercedes Money, but it looks a lot at first glance like I was pronouncing this all morning, Mercedes Moan. And it sounds like Mercedes Moan sounds like a slogan for an OnlyFans page, right? Like Mercedes Moans, right? Moan Talks, Bank Moan. It took me a long time to understand that we're referencing here, this is money. Money Talks, Bank Money. And it took me a long time. I was trying to figure out if Monet was a slang term that like kids were using that I didn't know about, and I'd officially lost touch with like what the kids were saying. And it took me a long time to figure out, is that moan like money or just moan like someone's moaning in a bedroom? Bad trademark filings, bad marketing, bad ideas. This is what I have fear about Sasha Banks, is that like sometimes a person is a perfect canvas for a company that has a strong marketing arm to go, we can give you everything you want. And then that person starts to go, oh, this is easy. I can be super creative on my own. And they go try to do it on their own. And you go, oh, what are you doing? You don't know. You're not an idea person. And it looks to me like Sasha may not be the idea person. I think, though, the odds, I've seen a lot of activity on Twitter, people talking about Full Gear's coming up. This is it. Sasha shows up in an AEW ring. I think the odds are slim. I really do. I think the odds are slim that she ends up in an AEW ring. WWE still apparently has her under contract. She's still listed on the website. So even if I think they sense the idea that she wants to go to AED, they stalemate here. They just tie her up. They don't let her go anywhere. They don't let her do anything. They keep her under contract. They keep her in legal battles. They don't allow her to go make a splash. Interesting thing here, though, is this is the first realistic time for a trade between the two companies. This is the first time where it actually would make sense for Triple H and Tony Khan to sit down in a room and talk about what is Sasha Banks worth. Because if Triple H really believes, if he's sat down and he's talked to Sasha Banks and he goes, we can't come to terms with Sasha. She doesn't want to come back. We can't appease whatever crazy aspirations she has. So we're going to let her go do her own thing. And if it's AEW, there's an opportunity to sit down with Tony Khan and go, all right, what do you think Sasha's worth? Is she worth Miro? You give me Miro? All right, I'll take Miro. Malachi Black? Maybe I'll take both. Maybe I'll take a trio of Miro, Malachi Black, and Keith Lee. Give me all three, and then I'll let Sasha out of her contract. You can have her. She's highly overvalued, but she'll make a splash for you. I fear that Sasha Banks overvalues herself. I don't know what her market value is outside of WWE without that strong marketing arm pushing her and giving her that little bit of I know she claims that Mercedes Varnado got the Star Wars and Mandalorian stuff, but come on, if you're not in WWE, they don't even think twice about having that conversation with you. What is her intrinsic value outside of WWE? Initially, she will have value wherever she goes, right? If it's Japan, if it's AEW, the first couple weeks, just the shock and awe of what's happening will cause value. So you get the initial pop based on who she is, but I don't know what her long-term viability is in wrestling, especially with how volatile she is when she doesn't get what she wants. Like without the WWE machine pushing her into the spotlight, is she somebody who can generate that buzz on her own? And I don't think she is. Or is she a cog that needs to fit in the WWE factory? I think that's more what it is. And go ahead and bet on yourself, but you can't be surprised when you fail. Question is there another avenue where she stays under contract with WWE and they let her do some kind of tour of Japan to appease her, right? To let her, to reinflate her ego. Do you go, all right, we're going to keep you under contract, but I know there's some companies you want to work with in Japan. Why don't you go get that out of your system? Go make some money. Whatever revenue split we agree on, we can agree on, but we'll let you do your thing. And then when you go build that up, you can come back home and settle back into where you belong. But you can't jump to conclusion on any of this stuff. The only thing that was weird was seeing that like the trademark was filed for action figures. Other than that, for like clothes and things like that, it's hard to say what she's really trying to do. She's been adamant about owning her own IP. So this could just be her reaching to try and grab a little bit of the market share of the name Sasha Banks, just kind of on the fringe by doing some things that kind of skirt WWE's idea of what you're allowed and not allowed to do. Like this could be for a clothing company. This could be for vaping. This could be for any other business venture that coincides with a return to WWE. Because if Mandy Rose is allowed to do like all of these side hustles, which is weird that she's the one who has like a ton of side businesses, I don't see why Sasha Banks couldn't leverage herself and go, well, if you're going to let Mandy do it, I want to do the same thing. And then when you talk about like leveraging those things, WWE is the best place for you to be because you can actually leverage your businesses to come back and work for you off the momentum and marketing that WWE gives you.